Emma, I have to tell you about the most confusing conversation I had last week.
Oh no, what happened this time?
So, I was at a coffee shop, right? And the barista asked me something that sounded like, "What you want to drink?" And I'm standing there like, "Whatcha? Wanna? Is this even English?"
Oh, Jake, she was speaking English, but she was using connected speech.
Connected speech? It sounded more like alien language to me. I just pointed at the menu and said, "That one," like a confused tourist.
You're not alone. This happens to English learners everywhere. They study English for years, then they meet a native speaker and suddenly feel like they don't understand anything.
Exactly. It's like native speakers have a secret code or something. Why do they talk so fast?
Well, today we're cracking that code. I'm Emma.
And I'm Jake, and welcome to Talk Smart Podcast, where we solve English mysteries.
Today we're answering the question, why do native speakers sound like they're speaking at super speed, and how can you understand them?
So, Jake, first let me ask you, do you think native speakers are actually talking faster?
Yes, definitely. It's like they're in a race or something.
Here's the thing. Native speakers aren't necessarily talking faster. They're just connecting words together and dropping certain sounds.
Wait, dropping sounds? You mean they're not saying all the words properly?
Exactly. In natural speech, we use what's called reductions and connected speech. We squish words together to make speaking more efficient.
So when the barista said, "What you want to drink," she wasn't speaking gibberish?
Not at all. She said, "What do you want to drink?" but in reduced form. What do you became whatcha, and want to became wanna.
Mind blown. So this is like English shortcuts?
Perfect way to think about it. These shortcuts make speech flow naturally, and once you learn them, you'll understand native speakers so much better.
And maybe I won't have to point at menus anymore.
Definitely. Today, we're going to teach you 5 super common reductions that will transform your listening skills.
Let's do this. I'm ready to crack the native speaker code.
Let's start with probably the most famous reduction. Going to becomes gonna.
Oh, I've heard this one. But I'd always thought gonna was slang or incorrect English.
That's what many learners think. But gonna is completely natural in spoken English. Listen, I'm going to the store becomes I'm gonna go to the store.
So instead of saying all the syllables, going to, native speakers just say gonna?
Exactly. It's faster and flows better. But remember, this only works when going to expresses future plans, not physical movement.
Wait, what do you mean?
Well, I'm going to the store, if you mean physically walking there, stays going to. But I'm going to study tonight becomes I'm gonna study tonight.
Ah, so gonna is for future plans, not for actual walking or moving.
You got it. Let's practice. We're going to watch a movie tonight.
We're gonna watch a movie tonight. That sounds so much more natural.
Perfect. And they're going to be late.
They're gonna be late. I love how it flows. Okay, what's our second reduction? I'm getting excited about these shortcuts.
Number 2 is want to becomes wanna. Remember the barista? What do you want to drink?
What you want to drink? I'm starting to decode her message.
Exactly. Want to is used so often that native speakers almost never say the full form in casual conversation.
So I want to go home becomes I want to go home.
Perfect. And do you want to come with us becomes do you want to come with us?
This is making so much sense. But Emma, can I use wanna in formal situations?
Great question. Wanna is casual, so in formal writing or very formal speech, stick with want to. But in everyday conversation, wanna is completely normal.
Got it. Casual conversation, wanna. Job interview, want to.
You're learning fast. Let's try another. I want to learn Spanish.
I want to learn Spanish. It's like the words just flow together naturally.
Exactly. Your mouth doesn't have to work as hard to say wanna as want to.
Our third reduction is let me becomes lemme.
Lemme? That sounds so informal.
It is informal, but it's incredibly common. Let me help you becomes let me help you.
So when someone says, let me see, they mean, let me see?
Exactly. Let me think about it means let me think about it.
I hear this all the time in movies. I never realized it was let me.
Movies are full of these reductions. That's why movie English can sound so different from textbook English.
So let me know becomes let me know?
Perfect. And let me get this straight becomes let me get this straight.
This is like discovering a secret language that was hiding in plain sight.
I love that description. And let me works with almost any verb. Let me try, let me check, let me explain.
Let me practice this more.
All right, Jake, quiz time. I'm going to give you some full forms, and you give me the reduced forms. Ready?
Bring it on. I think I'm getting good at this.
I want to go to the movies tonight.
Easy. I want to go to the movies tonight.
Perfect. How about we're going to be late for dinner?
We're gonna be late for dinner.
Excellent. Last one. Let me help you with those bags.
Let me help you with those bags.
Amazing. You're a natural at this. But wait, I have a tricky one. What about I'm going to the bathroom?
I'm gonna go to the bathroom? Or does this stay going to because it's physical movement?
Good thinking. This could be either. If you mean you're walking there right now, it's usually going to. If you're announcing your plan, it could be gonna.
English is tricky, but these patterns are really helping me understand.
You're doing great. Let's learn 2 more reductions.
What's reduction number 4?
This one's really common in questions. Did you becomes Didja.
Didja? That sounds so casual.
It is. Did you eat breakfast becomes Didja eat breakfast?
So all those questions that sound like gibberish to me are actually just did you questions?
Exactly. Did you see the game becomes did you see the game?
And did you finish your homework becomes did you finish your homework?
Perfect. You're getting this. And did you hear what happened becomes did you hear what happened?
This explains so much. I always wondered why questions sounded so blurred together.
Right. Native speakers connect the duh sound in did with the ya sound in you, and it creates this didja sound.
It's like the sounds were getting smushed together.
Smushed. I love that technical term. But yes, that's exactly what happens in connected speech.
Did you know that I'm finally understanding fast English?
Our final reduction brings us back to your coffee shop mystery. What do you becomes whatcha or what you.
The phrase that started this whole journey.
Exactly. What do you want becomes what you want or what you want.
So what do you think becomes what you think.
Perfect. And what do you mean becomes what you mean.
I'm having flashbacks to so many conversations that confused me. What you doing means what are you doing?
Yes, and what you gonna do means what are you going to do. Look, you're combining reductions now.
Whoa, what are you going to do becomes what you're gonna do? That's like a double reduction.
Exactly. Native speakers stack these reductions together all the time. That's why they sound so fast.
So it's not that they're speaking faster, they're just using more shortcuts.
You've got it. It's like taking the highway instead of the back roads. You get there faster using fewer sounds.
This is brilliant. I feel like I just got the key to understanding native speakers.
Jake, let's quickly recap our 5 reductions for everyone listening.
Great idea. I want to make sure I remember all of them.
Number 1, going to becomes gonna, but only for future plans, not physical movement.
Number 2, want to becomes wanna, perfect for casual conversation.
Number 3, let me becomes lemmy. Super informal but very common.
Number 4, did you becomes Didja. Explains why questions sound so connected.
And number 5, what do you becomes Whatcha or Whatcha, your coffee shop mystery word.
And the amazing thing is, you can combine them. What you gonna do? Did you want to come?
Exactly. Native speakers mix and match these all the time. That's the real secret to fast English.
It's not speed, it's efficiency. They're just taking shortcuts with sounds.
Perfect summary. And now you have the tools to understand these shortcuts.
I can't wait to go back to that coffee shop and actually understand what the barista's saying.
You know what, Jake? I think you're ready to decode native speaker English now.
I really feel like I am. This changes everything for me.
And for everyone listening, these 5 reductions will seriously improve your listening comprehension.
But remember, you don't have to use them all right away. Start by recognizing them when you hear them.
Exactly. Focus on understanding first, then gradually try using them in casual conversation.
Speaking of conversation, we want to hear from you. Which of these reductions surprised you the most?
Yes, leave a comment and tell us, was it gonna, didja, lemme? We love hearing from you.
And here's a fun challenge. Try to spot these reductions in your favorite movies or TV shows this week.
Great idea. Movies are full of natural reductions. It's like real-life practice.
If this video helped you understand native speakers better, please give us a thumbs up.
And don't forget to subscribe to Talk Smart Podcast for more English mysteries solved every week.
We make English learning natural and fun, not scary and confusing.
Remember, everyone, native speakers aren't speaking a secret code. They're just using efficient shortcuts.
And now you know the shortcuts too. You're part of the club.
Thanks for joining us today. Now go practice spotting these reductions in real conversations.
And next time someone says what you're gonna do, you'll know exactly what they mean.
See you next time on Talk Smart Podcast.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. And remember, let me know how your practice goes.